Well, welcome. Welcome to the Journey's Path. We are here. This is the first one, first of many. Journey's Path, you know. Every path has a journey, every journey has a path. And we're here with you. My name's Dave.
Hi, Brandon.
We'll be your hosts for these events. Honestly, I guess we just might as well just get it started. We've been best friends for
27 years. It's gonna be 28 in April. Because technically I was born second, so our friendship started when I was born. So I took that credit. He may have been born first, but he didn't have a friend like me till I was born. So
That's a fact.
April will mark 28 years of friendship, between the both of us, which is a really, really, really cool thing.
Yeah, man. Even talking about that, like I feel like a lot of people, you don't hear about friendships that long.
That's true.
Anymore.
Really don't hear about people friendships lasting through certain things. We done went programs, a year of high school together. That was an experience.
Yo, we talk
college, everything. Through all of that, we stayed friends, grew up, had different little things that we did, but still managed to stay friends with each other. So that's that's dope. A lot of people, you don't find that many places, but you're gonna find that here, right now.
That's a fact. This right here, ain't nothing like it anywhere else. Best believe that.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So, this is where we probably gonna be coming to y'all live from. So for those of y'all that don't know, we became friends growing up in a church called Our Lady of Charity. This is our church, our home church. As you can see behind us, we got the mural, Black Jesus, Black God, however you decide to look at him. That's how we believe it. And behind us, you see an assortment of drums. That's what we used to do. Maybe one day we'll get into a little drum segment for people. Little back and forth, like the people kind of see what we used to do, and if we still got it. But yeah, man, this place is very special to us. It's very important, and it's where we want to come and talk to you guys from. The setting may switch up, but you see these two black men with that third black man back there, you know you're in the right spot, man. You know you're in the right spot.
Feel me right there. It's real interesting because, like our childhood has been in these four walls from like the day we started, like from baptism to first communion to even confirmation, and even our just journey of life, like you said, man, like our birthdays we done had here, all these different parties. Oh my gosh, there used to be so much different like youth events in this basement, bro. Oh man.
A lot of times we done flip this church inside out, flip everything back, man. Every weekend from like 10 to like maybe 17. Just this was where we were at. Whether we was helping an event, whether we was, helping the dancers, doing whatever, lights, sound, table, mow the lawn, sweep up, you feel me, shovel the snow. We did something, man, and it was, we want to give back to and give the people that came after us something to look at and learn something. Even the people ahead of us to look back and say, well, Brandon and David are still doing good in their life. And that's a fact. We are doing well.
Doing well. I feel like even that's the point of us even really having the show is like we believe we're two young, black, successful young men, and we're going to continue to be young, black, successful young men. So you got to document the process. You got to be able to say, yo, they was doing it from since then, and they knew it. You feel me? Like, so I think it's great that we even had this opportunity. Feel me? Like, I definitely hold all my hard work, or just like where I learned how to be a hard worker from this church. Like, no doubt, like the day in, day out, hey, can you take this? Like, even learning not to say no to situations or opportunities, I learned that here. Like, every time somebody will call me to do something.
Yes, man.
Yes.
Yes, Miss Who, Mr. Who, it was yes, every single time. We made sure we were available, man. Hard, and one of the things about that, sometimes that hard work goes unnoticed, but sometimes people notice and they just don't say nothing. People end up trusting you and whatnot, so, let your work speak for itself, be as open as possible, do what you gotta do, and you're gonna go places, man, trust us.
Yeah.
We still going places.
So that's a fact.
We ain't there where we want to be yet, but we've gotten from somewhere to here. It's like people always say, the person you are right now is probably who your 13-year-old self would be.
It was cool.
With.
Yeah.
Like, if my 14, 15-year-old self could see me now, I would ask myself everything possible. So, listen.
I would think I would be cool.
I think I'll be cool too.
I'm like, yo.
Like, yo, you can talk to me, young man. Like, let's have a conversation.
Hey, you talk to me, young man.
Let's have a conversation.
Man.
This is the intro. This is the welcome to who we are, what we do.
I guess I ask you, like, so tell the people what you doing right now, like.
Alright, man. You know, I get into it. So my career path has been a little bit of I've been on a 2-part road through my career path. I went to school for computers and I went to school for engineering, but somehow during the time I went to school, I ended up working with kids, whether it was the YMCA, some youth employment, and most recently I did work with St. Nick's Alliance as a program director. So it was a lot of working with kids, a lot of youth development programming, you know, going to schools, meeting principals, developing programming for kids, whether it's sports, STEM related, anything like that. And then most recently in October, you know, started working in IT officially for an accounting firm. And that's where I've been since October, and man, I couldn't be happier. You know?
No, I'm proud of you, bro. Like,
well, I appreciate it. I couldn't be happier, man. I'm out here working in the field I want to work in. It's making me feel good about myself, making me feel like I ain't wasting all that time going to school and whatnot. And you know, we gonna get into how I got there. That's gonna be another story when you got decisions to make and whatnot. Don't worry, we got stories for y'all. We got episodes for y'all.
Pure episodes.
You know, that whole journey within itself actually ended me with a fork in the road. Because at the time that I was offered the job I had now, I was also offered another job with working with kids, and I was at a huge impasse in my life, and I didn't know if I wanted to go with the IT or I wanted to go with the youth stuff. But like I said, we're gonna talk about that another time. So
I feel like either way, like, it's all for your betterment. You feel me? Like,
true, it was.
I definitely commend you, because like dealing with kids, man. Like I could do it. However, you feel me? On the basis you were doing it, you're better than me.
It was everything, man.
God bless your heart. You know what I mean? God bless your heart. It's not an easy tale, because even like for kids nowadays, like, it's a lot going on, and you got to be able to be someone who understands where they're going, but then able to communicate to them like, yo, I've been where you at. It's not too different.
That's a fact.
But I know what you're going through, and if you would just hear me out, you might do better. But some kids, and I think, and I feel like the event we just came from, the panel we just came from, I feel like I didn't notice. I feel like children nowadays are more mature than we give them.
100%.
They're way more mature than we give them.
They're way more mature. You know, with the pandemic and the acceleration of technology that they were exposed to, they got themselves accelerated a lot farther ahead of technology than they did. Like, if you think about it, we were the first generation of people, not the first generation before us technically, but we started the whole social media era. Like, so there really wasn't social media until we got, like, Facebook was only for colleges. You know, when MySpace dropped, you know, AIM dropped, all of that was us.
I asked somebody, yo, you ever heard of Bebo? They were like, nah.
Bebo was crazy.
Bebo, bro.
I remember Bebo, bro.
Yo.
I remember it, but yeah, man, that's been my life. That's been my journey for now. You know, now I'm gonna kick it back over to you. You know, I just want to let everybody know that all of our equipment is gonna be set up and whatnot, owned by our videographer, our video journalist. The man behind the camera is now stepping in front of the camera.
That's a fact.
You feel me? My man, Dave. So Dave, man, talk to me, man. Tell me something.
I mean, I feel like life has been good to me, bro. Life has been good to me. Like, the opportunity to even be back in New York. I guess, like we said, we'll get into more of the details of, like, our background and stuff like that. But the short story, like, I work with a great company called GoTo Team, and they've been able to provide me with a lot of opportunities at a very early place where I wouldn't have been here if I had to work my way up the chain like normally the freelance route is. And I loved freelance. Like, I moved to Atlanta right after college. And it's funny because even in college, I didn't know I was going to be doing this.
That's a fact. He did not.
I didn't know I was going to be doing any of this, which is funny because it's like now I feel like the passion I have for it now. If I would have picked up a camera years, like when we were like 14, I feel like my life, I probably would have stayed in New York. I probably would have been doing more photography on that side. But to be a director of photography, which if anybody doesn't know, that's in the industry. That's the person who's either your head camera guy or the person in charge of setting up lighting for any of your like commercials, TV shows, movies, all of that. And I think I would have never thought about being in the industry until I went to school. But when I moved, I didn't think like, yo, New York is the hub. Why would I need to move somewhere else to get work?
It's true. New York is a hub for a lot of things, man.
And I decided I was going to move to Atlanta. Got into freelancing down there. I even started off doing security. So if y'all saw me on Love and Hip Hop at any point,
if you look through the Love and Hip Hop credits, his name is up there. Trust me. Look at the credits like y'all wait for the Marvel credits. You will see his name and you will say, I know that man.
Nah. It's definitely not in the credits. It's definitely not. It's a company. I've definitely not got the names on that credit yet. But one of these days, you never know. I might be shooting for them. But doing that was like, I feel like networking saved the day for me. Like being able to know what I want, network with people who are doing the thing that I want to be doing and telling them, yo, if you got an opportunity for me, let me know. I'm willing to do what I got to do. And I feel like that always came back to this church. Like doing the hard work never stopped me from going for what I wanted to do because I knew how to work hard. Like that was ingrained from the jump. So moving into from security to actually being a production assistant, which is basically, yo, you move those chairs, you move those tables, you go get lunch, you take orders, all that stuff, the basic, and that's an entry-level position, but from there, I got to really open my eyes and like, okay, this is what that person does, this is what this person does. I didn't know how much people it took to really make a movie. After all the movies we done seen, like, I ain't know, bro. I ain't know.
Listen, we had a great Marvel movie, Youth. We get to against that.
Oh man, the premieres.
Oh man,
the premieres.
Front row. Listen.
Yeah, it was great.
Listen, we'll get to that later.
I feel like Marvel is gonna be a very high topic of our show because
100%.
we definitely are.
100%.
If Marvel wants to sponsor this one day, we leaving it open for conversation. We definitely taking sponsorships.
Listen, if you're a comic book enthusiast or whatever, you feel me, when it comes talk about some Marvel, we can do that.
This is the show.
Listen, we can talk about anything. The whole point, you have a story, you have a journey to where you got. We want to hear you talk about it.
That's a fact.
You may help somebody, you may help nobody. You may help us. You feel me?
Hey, we always looking for more knowledge, more game. Always. And I feel like even when I didn't know what I wanted to do, that passion was there, that curiosity was there. So when it got to me finding out I want to become a DP, it was like the doors opened up, bro. And that's crazy how the world really works. Like when you really tap into it, if you know what you want to do and tap into it, the world starts to open for you, bro.
So you
like
start locking in, you'll see stuff start opening up for you and everything, man. For true, you know.
I think
when it came to the tech industry, I'm not gonna lie, I got a lot of no's. I'll tell y'all that right now. You will receive a lot of no's, a lot of you aren't ready, a lot of you're not prepared and everything. And it's a tough journey once you lock in. You know, not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be the lightest road you ever gonna walk. But if you want what you want, you definitely are gonna have to work hard at it. That's one thing that we are definitely going to. We're not gonna sugarcoat it with you guys. If it's anything that we've gotten here, it's been through hard work. You know, very little handouts. You know, the biggest handout was, hey, this is who this is. You know, just shaking a hand, and from there we had to figure out what it is that we wanted to do and how we wanted to do it, man. So
introductions. I feel like that's all it takes. I was listening to something and it was saying like, yo, you probably met the person that's going to change your life.
That's true.
But if you're not ready for the opportunity,
that's true.
You'll end up either the opportunity will pass you, or it'll come up again, and either you prepared from that first moment to the next time it came up, and then you're ready, or it just passes you again, and you just gotta be prepared. You never know. I I feel like that's one thing about New York too. You just never know who you're gonna meet.
That's true. You gotta wait till opportunity meets preparation. If you're not prepared for the opportunity gonna pass you by. If you're ready for it, and you gonna know exactly what you're gonna be ready for. And there's one thing about being ready, you always gotta be ready. No matter
Stay
what
ready.
happens. Stay ready.
Stay ready.
I forget. Was it high school or was it the ambassador program that they made us practice the elevator pitch? We actually we had to sit down and do elevator pitches in like ninth. It was one of them programs he was in. That's how long the story that we had to go. We can't remember what program made us do the elevator pitch.
Bro.
You know, if you've never heard of an elevator pitch, you know it's a little 60-second pitch about yourself. So basically the idea is you're in an interview or you're in an elevator and you have maybe 30 seconds before you get from the first floor to the floor somebody's going on, the CEO, the recruiter, whatever, and how can you sell yourself in 30 to 60 seconds? You know, so if you've never practiced that, try to sell yourself in 30 to 60 seconds because somebody's gonna want to hear your story, but with everybody always on the move and everybody always on the go, you know, from especially working in my job with, you know, with high level accountants and whatnot, they're always on the move. So if you have 30 seconds to explain what you need to explain and they get it, they're gonna remember it. Anything longer than that is completely done. So
And being able to communicate, like
Yes.
putting into that idea of like being very distinctive with your words,
Yes.
not wasting words in these moments because every second counts, every word you use, because the words we use, and I feel like that's going to be something we're going to continue to talk about. Like words are important, man. Like
you use, yes.
how you speak about your life, how you think about yourself, how you talk about others. Like it's a full circle moment every time in life. Like you're never gonna not reap the benefits of or reap the consequences of your actions. Like every day we make decisions.
True.
Every day we make decisions, and
Every day.
we're getting benefits from it or we're suffering the consequences.
That's all it is, man. You got to be ready. Every reaction has equal and opposite reaction. So we already know exactly what we're going to do and how we're going to get into it. And, you know, just make sure that everything you do is intentional, man. And like we said, you know, we here to just talk about our journey. You know, Our story's not done. Our story's not completely real.
Nah.
You know, we still don't know what we're doing in some certain situations.
Yeah,
you know?
bro.
We got ideas. He got things that he's more forward than I am. Maybe there's some things I'm more along with than he is. And you know, we just take to the fact that we can talk to each other and find out. And maybe one of the things that we say may help you. Maybe something you say helps us. Maybe something we bring in helps all of us here. So don't be afraid don't be afraid of the unknown. You know that everything is unknown. No matter job, school, you just have to be ready to step into it.
I actually want to ask you, like, so now that we did the panel, like, how did you think that went? Like, how did you feel being on the panel?
To be honest, it felt good. You know, it felt good to bring a different perspective to it. You know, after hearing your story, hearing Nia's story, you know, it was interesting because everyone does have a story. And just the three of us were able to show that. Your college experience, her college experience, my college experience, they were all different, you know, and sometimes you know what you want to do from 2004. Sometimes you don't know till your sophomore year in college, and that's okay because we're proof that the journey is worth it as long as you stick to it.
That's a fact.
A chance to look back and speak to them and find out what's going on, and you know, even to realize that one of the kids went to my high school. So I was
That was
able to, it was funny, and I was like, oh, word? You feel me? But then see my dean tell us, what's up? Redis, we ain't got no problems. I just like saying hi to you through other sources because I'm still around. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, it's always cool to, you know, always go back and talk to them because you never realize how much impact you can give them. You know, one thing I definitely took for granted going here was the fact of the amount of college students we were able to speak to before our time.
That's a fact. There was
We were
mad
able to
people.
speak to a bunch of people that went to colleges. So college was already in our head, whereas you know, being younger and meeting someone and finding out that they're in high school and no one's ever spoken to them about college, and my mind is blown. But remember that, you know, charity put us here. I mean, this place put us in an opportunity to have a step up from people who may not know what college is, what the process is like, how to even talk to somebody coming from college. Like, I remember Chris Graham came home from college, and you know, I was like, oh my God, what did he do? Like, how did he change? Like, I wanted to know
Mm-hmm.
everything. So it was just, it's just different. So the same thing that you know, how I felt seeing those people come back and saying when I saw them looking at us like, that's what they did. Like, that's how they did it. And, you know, it was cool. It was cool for me. But you know, how was your experience? Mr. Co-Chair.
Mr. Coach.
Mr. Co-Chair, you do a big thing. I will never let anybody's successes fall short. If you have a success, let us know. We're gonna shout it out.
That's a fact. We gonna have it. I think that'd be a cool segment. Like if people send in like what they accomplished.
What they did, and their accomplishments, we're gonna shout you out.
Shout you out. Like
no one's gonna celebrate you. We're gonna celebrate.
We will celebrate you.
We will celebrate you.
Because your journey is very important. That's the point of this show. Like the journey, and I feel like that ties into how I felt about it. Like, you know, a lot of people took time to pour into us. And it's only right that we pour back into others. Like the more you give, the more you're able to receive. Like it's a blessing to be a blessing type of thing. And I feel like for me personally, with how I was able to even get the opportunity, you know, everything means something. Like me moving back to New York, me being able to work in a company in which I have such great opportunities to like display my leadership, but then also be better at leadership, because some of the times like I have to make a decision and stand by that decision and understand like, all right, if anything goes wrong, it still falls on me. If everything goes great, that means the team won. Like we did well. Like it doesn't even matter what decision I made. It went well.
The team did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah. And looking at their faces, you know, like it just reminded me of us sitting there. Like
years ago.
Like we kind of there, but we not there. We actually listening. What they say makes sense to us and things like that. But then at the same time, we looking like, man, I really don't want to be here on this Saturday. I really don't want to be here. I don't like what?
I'm trying to go home, boy.
Like, get me out of here, bro.
Get me out of here, man. Get me out of here, man.
But it was great. I think it was a great experience, and I feel like more opportunities like that, you know, will obviously continue to go forward, because like being part of the alumni association and being co-chair for the alumni was a great opportunity for me to continue to be a leader. You know, what that program has done for us has taught us how to be leaders, put us through the fire on that, and now I get to be the leader that I was
groomed to be.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
definitely, man, definitely. So
it was a great on that.
That's good. That was our little Saturday. You know, we hope you guys had a good Saturday.
That's a fact.
You know, I believe the day that we're recording this is
the 20th?
January 21st.
Yeah.
January 21st of 2023. So if you haven't heard it from us, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's coming up. I said Happy New Year's coming up. Happy New Year. So we happy.
Yeah.
Man, but you know, that was our welcome, and you know, we're gonna work on how we're gonna end shows differently and whatnot. But you know, for this little ending, you know, we're gonna go with a little thing called a draft, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
drafting.
my man David used to play basketball a lot. I play a lot of video games, so we are both.
I'm not even that guy no more, bro. I haven't touched the ball in years, bro. I haven't played like 5-on-5 and definitely like.
That's you was that guy though. You was that guy. Boy, I said, listen, man, we didn't gonna get into the PTSD. You busted me up and down the court for a game. We're not talking about that, but this is the draft we're gonna get into, man.
Yeah.
We are doing all-time cereal.
All-time
breakfast cereal. And when this gets released, we're gonna let you guys decide who has the better cereal list. Is it Dave? Is it me? Who has the better cereal, you know?
I feel like my cereal list is bad mature. It's bad mature.
Listen, nothing ever. And this is for the remembrance of Saturday mornings. You get your cereal.
Oh yeah.
Kind of watching your cartoons.
Oh yeah.
Listen, man. So
the nostalgia.
Exactly. You know, since David did, I ain't gonna lie, David did all the work setting up. I'm still working on figuring out how to do my little setup and whatnot. So I'm gonna let you go first.
Right.
You get to pick your cereal first. So who you got at your number one pick all time breakfast cereal? Who you choosing?
Damn, number one pick.
Mm-hmm. And this is on the spot.
I'm drafting my. You know, if I'm not gonna lie, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast. Oh.
That's my top one right there.
Number one.
That's my number one.
I ain't gonna lie, I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's definitely. I was gonna pick that because you know you look like a Honey Bunches of Oat kind of guy.
Yeah.
You look like a Wheaties kind of guy.
There ain't no champions eat Wheaties. Champions eat Wheaties. You feel me? Champions.
Yo, so if y'all cereal, if y'all see this, you feel me? We here, but I'm gonna go the first 5 minutes after the milk touches the Frosted Flakes.
Oh, first 5 minutes. That's real specific.
First 5 minutes, because anything past that is soggy. Bro.
It's super soggy.
You gotta work through it. You gotta work through it. So we got Cinnamon Toast Crunch and we got Frosted Flakes. So what's your second pick?
Second pick. Damn, Frosted Flakes is a good one. I ain't gonna lie. That's always a good go-to.
Yes.
You ever, side note, you ever add like more sugar to it? Or would you go with like the corn flakes and then add the sugar?
I'm not gonna lie to you. There was one summer youth. I did a job at this daycare center where they used to cook the food fresh, and they used to bring breakfast. They used to bring the cornflakes with the sugar, and you used to put it on. Yo, don't sleep on that.
He's funny
Sleep
for
on
that.
that.
He's
Don't
funny
sleep
for
on
that.
that.
He's funny for that. All right. Okay. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna go pretty basic on this one.
Okay.
Honey Nut Cheerios.
That B with the low cholesterol, man. You could never. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
It's good for your heart.
That is a great.
It's good for your heart.
That is a great cereal. Damn. What am I gonna go with number 2? I guess for number 2, I gotta go with the original Tricks.
Yeah, because the new ones is.
Yeah, the new ones is. I don't know how I feel about those. The original Tricks.
No offense, though. No offense.
Definitely go with the original Tricks.
Gotcha.
That's why I second.
Oh, that's solid.
That's why I second.
They used to be really on point.
That was a good solid cereal.
That was solid. So, all right.
Got for number 3.
Number 3. That's tough. Cause I feel like I wasn't really a big cereal guy.
Dicey.
It was really getting dicey. I'm trying to think. Can't double up on the picks.
Nah, you can't double up. You gotta think, man. You gotta think.
All right. So I said honey nut Cheerios. I said cinnamon toast crunch.
Yes.
Damn, bro. That's really all. That was really my 2 right there. Like I ain't really go.
I got 2.
I don't go for much more, bro. I'm a simple guy. I'm a real simple guy. I get to the point. I eat. I'm
That's
good.
it.
Damn.
You gotta come up with 3 more. Who you got?
You know what? I like me some Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops?
I can go for some Fruit Loops.
Okay.
I can go for a third. Yeah.
For the nostalgia. Okay.
I can go for the nostalgia.
Okay.
I will get jiggy with it.
Okay. So if you gonna take Fruit Loops, I'm trying to think, man. I went Tricks on my last one. So for it's my 3rd pick, and my 3rd pick, we'll go with Apple Jacks.
Oh.
Go with Apple Jacks, man. Those commercials with the Jamaican cinnamon.
Yo, this is classic, bro.
That was a great commercial.
Classic.
That was a wonderful commercial.
Classic.
So my 3rd pick is I got Frosted Flakes, I got Tricks, and I got Apple Jacks as my 3rd.
I low key, if I ain't think, I would have definitely picked Apple Jacks though, because they are definitely. I usually kind of go for those over like the Fruit Loops though. Damn, that was a good pick. All right,
So
4.
Got your fourth.
Nah. I'm trying to remember like walking through a grocery aisle, like,
Look at that.
because I was literally like, yeah, like, come on, bro. I literally was just grocery shopping the other day, like, what else am I going for? Oh, Oreos.
That's a sleeper pick.
That's a sleeper, bro.
That's a sleeper.
Come on, man. They're like real 6 man of the year right there with these.
That is a solid 6 man. That is solid. That is solid for your 4th pick. For my 4th pick, man. Oh, this one gets dicey because for these next couple cereals, like these next 2, I ain't really like them too much because I'm gonna just say my 4th pick is Fruity Pebbles.
Damn, that's a good one.
And the reason I don't like Fruity Pebbles too much is because they would leave all like the flakes around the side of the bowl. And it's hard. You gotta scrape. Man,
They get soggy quick though.
They get real soggy real quick. But you know what? I feel like for a solid choice at 4, I'm gonna go with Fruity Pebbles.
I always love the Flintstones though.
That's a fact.
That was always funny.
Flintstones was a great movie.
I like that cocoa ones. I wouldn't pick the cocoa ones, but
I wouldn't pick Cocoa Pebbles either. I wouldn't pick it either.
no, they was like you might as well just you're better off having like the peanut butter ones than that.
Yeah, you're better off. You're better off having that. Oh, I forgot. Reese's did make a cereal. They did.
All right, so my last one, I'm gonna kind of redo it, but it's a different one. So apple cinnamon honey nut Cheerios.
Okay.
Slap.
That counts.
Slap.
That counts. For my last pick, I'm going with my favorite cereal next to Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Frosted Flakes. I'm ending with Cocoa Puffs. I don't care how nobody feel. I don't care how you feel. You can judge me on my first 4 picks. Cocoa Puffs is my 5th pick. That is my all-time favorite cereal. So we got David's List. We got
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You got Fruit Loops.
Loops, yeah.
You got Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yeah.
You got Oreos, and you got the Apple Cinnamon Honey Nut Cheerios. David's List.
Yeah.
For my list, I got Frosted Flakes. I got Trix, I got Apple Jacks, I got Fruity Pebbles, and I got Cocoa Puffs. So we're gonna let y'all think about, who y'all wanna vote for. You're gonna let us know who got the better list and whatnot. And we're gonna holler at y'all, man. We appreciate y'all sitting down with us for this first conversation and whatnot, and it was really dope, man.
Many more to come.
That's a fact, my man.
To the next one.
That's a wrap.